Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Sara English. I'm Sarah, and I'm really happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Mike. It's great to have you here again. We hope you are comfortable, relaxed, and ready for another natural English conversation.
Today, we are talking about something that is part of every person's life. We are going to talk about human feelings in English.
Feelings are everywhere. We feel happy, sad, nervous, excited, worried, tired, proud, disappointed, and many other emotions during our daily lives.
And being able to talk about your feelings is an important part of communication. Sometimes you know how you feel, but you do not know how to explain it in English.
That is exactly what we want to practice today. We will use simple and natural English to describe different feelings and situations.
You do not need difficult vocabulary. In fact, some of the most useful words for talking about emotions are very simple.
Words like happy, sad, angry, worried, nervous, excited, tired, lonely, and relaxed are words you can use every day.
But knowing the word is only the first step. You also need to know how to use it naturally in a sentence.
For example, you can say, I'm really happy today.
Or, I'm feeling a little nervous about tomorrow.
You can also explain the reason. I'm nervous because I have an important meeting tomorrow.
Adding a reason makes your conversation more interesting and helps the other person understand you better.
So let's begin with one of the most common feelings, happiness.
When you feel happy, you can say, I'm really happy today.
You can also say, I'm in a good mood.
I'm in a good mood is a very natural expression. It means you feel positive and happy.
For example, you might say, I'm in a good mood because I finished my work early.
Or, I'm in a good mood because I'm meeting my friends tonight.
Another useful expression is, I'm really excited.
We use excited when something good is going to happen or when we are looking forward to something.
For example, I'm excited about my trip next month.
Or, I'm really excited to start my new job.
There's a small difference between being happy and being excited.
Yes, happiness can be a general feeling, while excitement is often connected to something special that is happening or will happen.
Now let's talk about the opposite feeling, sadness.
When you feel sad, you can simply say, I'm feeling sad today.
You can also say, I'm having a difficult day.
That sentence is useful when you do not want to explain everything.
Another natural sentence is, I'm not feeling very good today.
This can describe emotional feelings, although it can also mean that you do not feel physically well.
If you want to explain your feelings more clearly, you can say, I feel sad because I miss my family.
Or, I've been feeling a little lonely lately.
The word lonely is important because being alone and feeling lonely are not always the same thing.
Exactly. You can be alone and feel completely comfortable.
And you can be surrounded by many people but still feel lonely.
That is why talking about feelings can sometimes be difficult. The same situation can make different people feel different emotions.
Now let's talk about nervousness.
Nervous is another very common feeling, especially when you are learning English.
Yes, you can say, I feel nervous when I speak English with new people.
Or, I'm nervous about my job interview tomorrow.
You can also say, I'm a little nervous, but I'll try my best.
I really like that sentence because it accepts the feeling without allowing the feeling to stop you.
Exactly. Feeling nervous does not mean you cannot do something.
Sometimes nervousness simply means that something is important to you.
That is a useful idea to remember. If you feel nervous before speaking English, it does not mean your English is bad.
It may simply mean you care about doing well.
And the more you practice, the more familiar the situation becomes.
Now let's talk about another common feeling, worry.
You can say, I'm worried about my exam.
Or, I'm worried that I might make a mistake.
You can also say, I've been worrying about it all day.
When you are worried, it can be helpful to talk to someone you trust.
You might say, I'm a little worried. Can I talk to you about something?
That is a very natural sentence.
And the other person might answer, Of course. What's wrong?
Or, don't worry, everything will be okay.
These simple expressions are useful not only for English practice, but also for real conversations with people.
Now, let's talk about anger.
Anger can be a strong emotion, so it is useful to know different ways to describe it.
You can say, I'm angry about what happened.
Or if your feeling is not very strong, you can say, I'm a little annoyed.
Annoyed means something is bothering you or making you slightly angry.
For example, I'm annoyed because my phone keeps making strange sounds,
That can definitely be annoying.
especially when it happens while you are trying to sleep.
Yes, suddenly your peaceful night becomes a concert of notifications.
Another useful expression is, that really bothered me.
You can use this when something happened in the past and it made you feel upset.
For example, his comment really bothered me.
But when we talk about feelings, we should also remember that we do not always need to react immediately.
Sometimes it is better to take a breath and think before speaking.
You can say, I need a little time to calm down.
Or, I'm upset right now, let's talk about this later.
These sentences can help you communicate your feelings without making a difficult situation worse.
And that is one of the most useful things about learning emotional vocabulary. It gives you more ways to explain what is happening inside you.
Instead of simply saying, I feel bad, you can say exactly what you mean. Maybe you feel disappointed. Maybe you feel nervous. Maybe you feel frustrated, tired, lonely, or confused.
The more words you know for feelings, the more clearly you can describe your experience.
And when you can describe your feelings clearly, conversations can become deeper, more honest, and more natural. All right, now let's continue by looking at some feelings that are a little more difficult to describe.
Yes, because sometimes we know that something is happening inside us, but the simple words like happy or sad are not enough.
One useful word is frustrated. When you feel frustrated, you want something to happen, but it is not going the way you want.
For example, you can say, I'm frustrated because I keep making the same mistake.
English learners often feel this way when they study for a long time but still make mistakes.
You can also say, I'm getting frustrated with my English.
But remember, frustration does not mean failure. It can simply mean that you are having a difficult moment.
Another useful feeling is disappointed.
You feel disappointed when you expected something good, but the result was not what you hoped for.
For example, I was disappointed when my plans changed.
Or, I'm disappointed that I didn't get the job.
You can also say, it wasn't what I expected.
That is a very natural sentence when something does not happen as you imagined.
Now let's talk about embarrassment.
Embarrassed is a useful word when you feel uncomfortable because of something you did or something that happened to you.
For example, I felt embarrassed when I forgot his name.
Or, I was embarrassed because I made a mistake in front of everyone.
This feeling is very common when speaking another language.
Yes, especially when you are afraid that other people will notice your mistakes.
But making mistakes is a normal part of learning.
You can remind yourself, everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
And you can say, it's okay, I'm still learning.
That simple sentence can help you stay calm and continue speaking.
Another feeling we should talk about is confidence.
When you feel confident, you believe that you can do something successfully.
You can say, I feel more confident when I practice.
Or, I'm becoming more confident in English.
Notice that we often use feel with feelings.
Yes, we can say, I feel happy, I feel nervous, I feel tired, or I feel confident.
We can also use I'm with many feeling words, such as I'm happy, I'm nervous, and I'm worried.
Both forms are common, and learning both can make your English more flexible.
Now let's talk about feeling proud.
Proud is a positive feeling you have when you are happy about something you or someone else has achieved.
You can say, I'm proud of myself because I finally finished my course.
Or, my parents are proud of me.
You can also feel proud of another person. I'm proud of my sister because she worked very hard.
This is a beautiful feeling because it is connected to effort and achievement.
And you do not need to achieve something huge to feel proud.
You can be proud of small progress too.
For example, I'm proud of myself for speaking English today.
I really like that example because small achievements can give us motivation to continue.
Now let's talk about feeling relaxed.
Relaxed means calm and comfortable without much stress.
You can say, I feel relaxed when I listen to music.
Or, I feel relaxed after taking a walk.
You can also say, this place makes me feel relaxed.
That is useful when you want to explain why you enjoy a particular place.
For example, I like sitting in the park because it makes me feel relaxed.
Another similar word is peaceful.
Peaceful describes a calm situation or environment.
You can say, I love this quiet place. It feels peaceful.
Or, I had a peaceful evening at home.
Now let's talk about feeling confused.
Confused means you do not understand something clearly.
You can say, I'm confused about this question.
Or, I'm a little confused. Could you explain it again?
This is especially useful in English conversations.
You should never feel embarrassed about asking for clarification.
If you do not understand, asking a question is better than pretending you understand.
You can say, what does that mean?
Or, could you give me an example?
These small expressions can help you stay involved in the conversation.
Now I want to talk about a feeling that many people experience but do not always express: gratitude.
Gratitude means feeling thankful for something or someone.
You can say, I'm grateful for my family.
Or, I'm really grateful for your help.
You can also say, I really appreciate it.
This is a very useful expression when someone does something kind for you.
For example, if a friend helps you move to a new home, you can say, thank you so much, I really appreciate it.
It sounds natural and sincere.
Now let's think about how we can use these feelings in a real conversation. Imagine that I ask you, how are you feeling today?
I could simply say, I'm good.
That is correct, but we can make the answer more natural and interesting.
I could say, I'm feeling pretty good today. I had a busy morning, but now I feel relaxed.
That gives you a chance to practice two feelings in one answer. And you can add a reason. I feel relaxed because I finished most of my work.
Then I could respond, that's nice. Do you feel tired after such a busy morning?
And I could say, a little, but I'm still in a good mood.
See how easily the conversation can continue when you explain your feelings?
You do not need long or complicated answers.
You just need to add a little information.
One useful formula is feeling plus reason.
For example, I'm nervous because I have an interview.
I'm happy because I'm spending time with my family.
I'm tired because I didn't sleep well last night.
I'm excited because I'm going on vacation.
This simple pattern can help you create many sentences.
Another useful formula is feeling plus situation.
For example, I feel nervous when I speak in front of a large group.
Or, I feel relaxed when I spend time in nature.
You can also talk about changes in your feelings.
I was nervous at first, but now I feel more comfortable.
I was disappointed yesterday, but I feel better today.
These sentences are very useful because our feelings can change during the day.
Exactly. Feelings are not permanent. A difficult morning can become a good afternoon.
And sometimes simply talking about your feelings can make you feel a little better.
That is why emotional vocabulary is so important. It helps us understand ourselves and communicate with other people.
So, as you practice English, do not only learn words for objects and actions.
Learn words that help you describe what you think, what you feel, and what you experience.
When you can talk about your feelings, you can have more meaningful conversations.
And you can also understand other people better when they explain how they feel.
The more you practice these words in real sentences, the more naturally they will come to you when you need them.
And slowly, talking about feelings will become a normal and comfortable part of your English.
Now let's take our conversation a little deeper and talk about how feelings can change throughout the day.
Yes, because our emotions are not always the same from morning until night. A small event can completely change the way we feel.
You might wake up feeling tired, then receive good news and suddenly feel excited.
Or you might have a great morning and then something unexpected happens that makes you worried or disappointed.
That is why it is useful to know how to describe changes in your emotions.
You can say, I was feeling tired, but now I feel much better.
Or, I felt nervous at first, but I became more comfortable later.
Another useful expression is, I'm starting to feel,
For example, I'm starting to feel tired.
or I'm starting to feel more confident about my English.
We can also say, I don't feel as worried as I did before.
This is useful when you want to compare your feelings at two different times.
For example, I don't feel as nervous as I did yesterday.
That sentence shows progress, and it is also excellent English practice.
Now let's talk about how to respond when someone tells you about their feelings.
This is just as important as talking about your own emotions.
Imagine your friend says, I'm really worried about my exam.
You could simply say, don't worry.
That is common, but sometimes it is better to show that you are listening.
You could say, I understand. Exams can be stressful.
Or, that sounds difficult. Is there anything I can do to help?
Those responses show empathy.
Empathy means trying to understand another person's feelings.
You do not need to have the perfect answer. Sometimes simply listening is enough.
If someone says, I had a really difficult day, you can say, I'm sorry to hear that.
Or, that sounds tough. Do you want to talk about it?
These expressions are useful in real conversations because they make the other person feel heard.
And if someone shares good news, you can respond with positive energy.
For example, I got the job.
You can say, that's wonderful, congratulations.
Or, I'm really happy for you.
These small responses can make conversations feel much more natural.
Now let's practice a short conversation using some of the expressions we have learned.
Sure, I'll start. Hey Sarah, you seem a little quiet today. Is everything okay?
I'm okay, but I've been feeling a little stressed lately.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there something specific that is making you stressed?
Yes, I have a lot of work to finish this week, and I'm worried that I won't have enough time.
That sounds stressful. Maybe you can take things one step at a time.
You're right. I think I'm making myself more worried by thinking about everything at once.
That happens sometimes. Try to focus on what you can do today.
Thanks, Mike. I already feel a little better.
See how natural that conversation sounds?
Yes, we used simple English, but we were able to express real feelings and respond with empathy.
That is exactly the kind of English you can use in everyday life.
Now let's review some of the most useful feeling words from today.
Happy, sad, excited, nervous, worried, angry, annoyed, frustrated, disappointed, embarrassed, confident, proud, relaxed, confused, and grateful.
You do not need to memorize all of them today.
Choose 5 words that are useful for your life and create your own sentences.
For example, choose nervous, confident, tired, excited, and grateful.
Then say, I feel nervous when I speak English.
I feel more confident when I practice.
I feel tired after a long day at work.
I'm excited about my weekend.
I'm grateful for the people in my life.
Try to make the sentences personal. When the sentence is connected to your real experience, it is easier to remember.
You can also practice by keeping a small feelings diary in English.
Every evening, write 2 or 3 sentences about how you felt that day.
For example, today I felt tired in the morning, but I became happier after talking to my friend.
Or, I felt nervous before my meeting, but I was proud of myself afterward.
This is a simple way to practice vocabulary, grammar, and self-expression at the same time.
Another great exercise is to describe a feeling without saying the feeling word.
For example, instead of saying, "I'm nervous," you could say, "My heart is beating faster, and I keep thinking about what could go wrong."
Then someone listening can guess the feeling.
You're nervous.
Exactly.
This can make English practice more fun and help you understand emotions through context.
Remember that feelings are a normal part of being human.
You do not have to feel happy all the time.
It is okay to feel tired. It is okay to feel nervous. It is okay to feel disappointed or confused.
What matters is learning how to understand those feelings and communicate them in a healthy way.
And learning English gives you another useful tool. It gives you words to express what is happening inside you.
Instead of saying, "I feel bad," you can become more specific.
I feel disappointed because my plans changed.
I feel nervous because I have an important presentation.
I feel grateful because my friends supported me.
I feel proud because I didn't give up.
These sentences are simple, but they can help you communicate much more clearly.
Before we finish, think about how you feel right now.
Are you relaxed, tired, happy, curious, motivated, maybe a little nervous about your English?
Whatever you feel, try to describe it in one English sentence.
You can say, right now I feel.
Then add a reason, because.
For example, right now I feel motivated because I want to improve my English.
Or, right now I feel relaxed because I'm listening to a calm English conversation.
If you want, you can write your sentence in the comments. You can start with, right now I feel.
It's a simple way to practice English and share a little part of your day with us.
And remember, learning to talk about feelings is not only about learning vocabulary.
It's about learning how to express yourself, understand other people, and have more natural conversations.
The more you practice, the easier it becomes to find the right words when you need them.
So keep listening, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to talk about real things.
Your feelings are part of your story, and your English can help you tell that story.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
We hope this episode helped you learn useful English and feel a little more confident talking about emotions.
Keep practicing, keep expressing yourself, and remember that every small conversation is progress.
Take care, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next episode of Talk Sara English.